Before time was measured and before the first breath of life stirred the air, the universe lay in stillness, unshaped and infinite. There was only Brahman, the eternal reality, the source from which all things would emerge. It had no form, no boundary, no movement, yet within it rested the potential for all creation. In the vast silence, a single thought arose, like the first ripple on a still pond. This thought was not separate from Brahman, but an extension of its boundless essence. From this thought came motion, and from motion came the first form, a great wheel, turning slowly in the void. This wheel was not just an object. It was the foundation of the universe itself. Its outer rim stretched across the endless expanse, marking the boundary of creation. From its center extended 12 great spokes, each one radiant with the force of existence. These spokes were not mere supports but the very elements of reality, each one essential to the structure of all things. The first spoke was earth, solid and unmoving, giving form to mountains, rivers, and all things that stand firm. The second spoke was water, ever-flowing and life-giving, shaping oceans, lakes, and the blood of living beings. The third spoke was fire, fierce and transformative, the source of warmth, destruction, and renewal. The fourth spoke was air, unseen yet powerful, carrying breath, movement, and the whisper of life itself. The fifth spoke was space, the vastness that held all things, allowing existence to take its place. The sixth spoke was time, the rhythm of creation, the pulse of days and nights, the cycle of birth and decay. The seventh spoke was consciousness, the unseen force that allowed all beings to perceive, to think, and to know themselves. The eighth spoke was karma, the great law of action and consequence, binding all things together in a web of cause and effect. The ninth spoke was dharma, the sacred path, the order that sustains life and guides every being to its rightful purpose. The 10th spoke was sound, the first vibration, from which all words, all music, and all mantras arise. The 11th spoke was light, the essence of wisdom, revealing the hidden truths of the universe. The 12th spoke was bliss, the ultimate state of being, the peace that comes when one understands the unity of all things. These 12 spokes extended outward, holding the wheel together, but they did not turn by themselves. At the center of it all, unseen yet essential, was the axle, Brahman, the unmoving, the eternal. The axle did not turn, yet without it, the wheel could not move. It was the still point at the heart of existence, the source from which all things emerged and to which all things would return. Just as a wheel relies on its axle for motion, so too did the universe depend on Brahman. Without the axle, the spokes would collapse, and the wheel would cease to turn. As the wheel of the universe spun, life took shape within its motion. The stars and planets formed along its rim, the cycles of birth and rebirth flowed with its turning, and all beings found their place within its vast design. The sages who looked upon this great truth understood that existence itself was a wheel, one that turned through ages and lifetimes, through creation and dissolution, yet always held together by the silent, unmoving presence at its core. Those who lived without understanding were caught upon the rim, turning endlessly through pleasure and suffering, birth and death, joy and sorrow. But those who looked inward, who saw beyond the ever-turning spokes, found the stillness of the axle. They realized that Brahman was not something separate or distant, but the very foundation of their being. To know the axle was to be free from the endless spinning, to move beyond illusion, and to rest in the eternal. Thus, the wise spoke of the universe as a wheel, its spokes woven from the fabric of reality, its motion guiding all things through the cycle of existence, and its axle, the silent, motionless truth, holding all things together.